Hello and welcome to race 2 of season 8 of the GTTCC, presented to you by Mature Racing Club over on Facebook. So this is reverse grid of race 1. So we've got race 1 winner starting last, and we have the guys who finished the race last starting first. So right at the front we've got Moley, which I believe was a non-starter from race 1, followed by Rene in the TT, Ace McLeod, Gold 45, Budsy Boy, Brothers Numpsy, Rick, Big Wool, Elvis Nissan, and it's all kicking off here at the start. So we'll try and stay near the back so we can see the action that's happening up ahead of us. So remember, race 2 is not only reverse grid, but we have to use a different car of different drivetrain. So here we can see a mix of other cars. So the TT was the standout. Oh, getting into each other there. And there's collision there with who we on board here, with White Shark and the Cayman of Big Wool. Big Wool having a good start in race 1, but now all the way down to last in race 2. So Big Wool trying to make his way up. We've got GTA driver who won the first round, the first race, so he's got a lot of making up to do. So yeah, the cars. The TT was the standout car of the race 1, taking the top spots. So it looks like there's a couple of TTs in this, but it looks like everybody's gone to their second choice car. So we've got a good mix here. We've got GTA driver here taking the Corvette, which of course is front engine. Oh, it's kicking off ahead. And look, that's Brother Numpty and one of the Hooters cars, Angus, dropping right back. It looks like they got tangled up on the fast right hand corner, and that's taken out quite a few drivers there and allowed some of the guys who were running at the front now to push up ahead. But yeah, as I was explaining, got GTA driver here in the front engine rear wheel drive Corvette, and you can see we've got the Evo, Hooters Evo up ahead, and Budsy Boy in a Lamborghini, LG sponsored Lamborghini, which of course is 4-wheel drive. It's getting very close going into the first corner here. Looks like the Evo's going to the inside, but Rick went all the way around the outside of all of these guys, and it looks like the fight for the first place is also heating up. We've got Gold 45 set pole in the race 1 in his Lexus RCF, taking the lead away from the Texaco McLaren, and now Rick in the Audi TT all the way up here. Remember, he had the F-Type, I believe, in the first race, and now making a move on Gold 45 on the exit here. The TT is got good power out the corners, so can he take advantage of the RCF coming down into this tight chicane at the bottom of the hill? And it looks like he's got the job done. Looking back through the grid, it looks like Ace McLeod looks like he wants to take that McLaren 650S on and try and see if he can get around them. Just behind, you've got GTA driver looking with intent in the Corvette, fast racer from the race 1, but it looks like Rick's gone slightly wide just up ahead. We saw him when we was on board with the Evo, and it looks like he's now going to start coming under some pressure as we go down this long twisting S's, which is quite tricky in this reverse configuration because the car just wants to accelerate as you drop down the hill. Looking back, GTA driver, and we've got also here we've got Raw, I believe this is Rory or Roy, taking on, yeah, and Ace McLeod actually looks like he's almost going into the pits there. No pit stops in this championship, but it looks like he made a mistake on the exit of the final corner, and it goes off onto the inside of the corner here. Roy trying to take a defensive line, and you can see, look at that, who's up at the front? It looks like it's GTA driver. He looks like, I believe that's Rusty, managed to pick his way through, but he's gone wide. He's gone very, very wide, and he's dropped down to second, down to third. Made a mistake there. So remember, this is the winner from race 1. Managed to make his way all the way up to first within the first couple of laps, but now that one mistake has just been compounded, and he's now down to technically 5th, but it looks like he may be able to hold off the Lamborghini round the outside here. It depends on, no, the Lamborghini keeps the position, keeps 4th, A bit of bumping and grinding going on here, so it can get quite tricky in those slow corners, because once the first place guy slows up, everybody starts bumping into the back, and it looks like GTA Driver all the way down to 7th position from first going into the first corner. Gold 45 now with a little bit of a lead there. Can he hold off the McLaren and Rick in the Audi TT? Rick's got to be looking to do as best he can with the Audi TT. So remember, it seems to be the standout car there, so you really got to make it count when you do use that Audi TT. Looks down the inside of the McLaren, holding the tighter line there, but can he get on the power? Looks like he's trying to feather the throttle, and they both run wide, both trying too hard there, and they both run extremely wide and then actually end up in the barrier, and that's going to hold them up. Budsy Boy and Roy even coming down the inside, and it looks like Budsy Boy's trying it. We've got the Hooters Viper on the side of the road. It looks like he's maybe having a mechanical issue somewhere along the line. Budsy Boy had a good start to race 1, then seemed to tail off nearer the end of it, so it looks like he's going to try and make up for that in race 1. All this is allowed in Gold 45 to get away in the Lexus, and look at that nice move. Rick round the outside of the McLaren, but the McLaren's got the traction and the line coming out the corner. We're going to sit back here and enjoy the racing up ahead. Rick, can he get across? He has got made second his own. Can Morley come back through this slow corner here? Budsy Boy getting a punt in the back, but that's actually catapulted him out the corner there, and he actually manages to pass the 675 LT, even the 650S GT4 car. Let's look back. So we've also got Nissan Elvis, again not choosing a Nissan but choosing the Ferrari here, holding up to 6th. Let's check back. We've got Angus holding up 7th in the Hooters M4 with GTA Driver right on his tail, and Big Wall making up for a lost time in the spin right at the start there. Can GTA Driver find a way around Angus? Sorry if I'm getting your names wrong here. Angus trying to look at it, but not quite there. Can he get on the power? And actually losing out to Big Wall on the exit, and we've lost another one, the McLaren 650, losing it on the exit of the final corner there. Let's see what's happening up there. Nissan Elvis now looking to the inside of Roy, braking hard, goes in very deep though. Can Roy get back down the inside? He does, back down the inside for Roy. Now got Rick, can he catch Gold 45 in the Lexus ahead? Looks like they've both got good pace. Let's have a look at the lap times last time around. So we've got 142 for Gold 45, a 142 again for Rick, and 143 for Budsy Boy. Look at this though, Angus, a 141. He was fastest on the last lap round in the BMW M4, so maybe that's something to look out for. Looking back down through the field, we can actually see Angus and Big Wall are really starting to catch up the guys ahead, and so is GTA Driver. GT Driver. Man, we need to sort that out. I'm going to try and keep it to Rusty from now on. And we got off. Budsy Boy making a mistake in the slow chicane at the bottom of the track. Now, GA Driver, Rusty getting a good exit, and so is Big Wall. Big Wall down the inside of Angus. Angus trying to hold on there. GTA Driver maybe getting caught out there a little bit and actually bumps into the back of Angus. Now, does the M4 have the legs on the downhill shoot into this very fast SS corner here? Thinks better of trying to stick a nose in there in such a fast corner, maybe trying to catch up on the way out. But these two definitely look like they're catching up. Nissan Elvis and Rory up ahead for 3rd and 4th. Rory very wide. Nissan Elvis on the inside getting a better exit, but maybe had to back out of it a little bit. This is going to get tight coming up into the first turn. Maybe a bit of slipstreaming going on here by Big Bull with the Cayman. What's he going to do? So he backs out of it, not going to throw it up there and risk coming into some sort of contact, but Big Wall getting the drive on Nissan Elvis on the exit of the corner there, alongside. Can he work all the way around the outside of this tricky corner? He has, and that's actually dropped Nissan Elvis right down. So managed to work his way around the outside. By sticking to the outside, he had the inside for the second part of that chicane. Angus all over the back, but look at that, a nice cut back from Rusty in the Corvette. We'll join the action back down here. Now this is going to be tricky, because he's going to have the inside line for the fast corner, but the outside line for the next part. Looks like he concedes it to the M4 and trying to focus on a good exit here. Gets on the power, it looks like Big Wall making a slight mistake up ahead. And Nissan Elvis trying to come back on everybody just behind him. Braking hard for this long right hand corner. It's about trying to keep up minimum speed for this right hand corner. And it looks like Rusty's done a good job. Can he get alongside Angus before the chicanes? Or S's even? Doesn't look like he has, so he's going to have to back off for now and maybe come at him again at one of the other corners. But first and second have pretty much checked out at this point. Angus running wide there, but maybe he's trying to get the tighter line for the better exit here. We'll check up. So Big Wall looking at Rory just ahead. And look at that, in fact we've missed it, but at the front we have got Rick has now managed to pass Gold 45 for the lead of this race. Go through the fast chicane. It looks like Rick's had some good lap times. Let's have a quick check. He had a 1:40 on that last lap. That was 2 seconds faster than Gold 45. Gold 45 in the 42. So it looks like the guys just behind them are also catching up Gold 45. So this is going to all start tightening up. Can Rick use his pace advantage at this point to try and pull out and away from the guys ahead though? So Rusty didn't switch back on Angus. Going down to the tight chicane at the bottom of the track. Does he have the line? He does have the line. Manages to get past him. Now he just needs to make sure he has a good exit. As Roy and Big Wall up front also going on a bit of a fight there. So we'll move up and have a look. We've got here Big Wall looking at the inside of Roy in the Hyundai. A bit of a different choice. I haven't seen another Hyundai racing in this championship at this point. So Big Wall looking all around here. Cayman's going to have good high speed basically, because it's quite a light and agile car. Rory going for a Hyundai. I haven't used a Hyundai much, so I don't quite know where its strengths and weaknesses are, but Big Wall looking all over the back of this Hyundai, getting the better exit, but Roy covers the inside. Big Wall's going to have to go around the outside of the first corner if he's going to be successful here. Looks like they've got the battle to themselves for now, for the final spot on the podium. Big Wall breaks deep. Is he going for the cutback? Looks like Roy's got a good line, but Big Wall getting good exit speed. Now looking to the outside. He's done this move once before, remember, but doesn't quite have the speed to do it round the back, round the outside of Roy going into this chicane. This is all going to start helping Rick up ahead in the Audi TT make an exit, and just about to say also for Rusty to try and come in on this battle for the final point on the podium. Rusty with a great exit at that hairpin around the outside of Big Wall onto that corner. Can he now start attacking Roy in the Hyundai? What's his defensive skills going to be like? Trying to get the best exit. It's crucial to get a good exit there because it's a big uphill, and Rusty has got a great exit. Goes to the outside. Roy goes to the inside. Can he get the job done before the long right hand corner? Looks like he's ahead, and he manages to complete the pass. That was a really good pass there, all stemmed from getting a good exit out of the slow corner. Remember, exit time is often better than entry time, as you can get more top speed out your car, and that's where you can spend more time in your car, is going down those long straights. But the battle just behind is still very tight. Big Wall looking around the outside of Roy again. Can he get him? Oh, it looks like he got a better exit there against Roy. Just bumped into the back of Roy there, and it's actually helped Roy actually take the place back from Rusty up ahead. So now it's Rusty on the inside, Roy on the outside. Rusty brakes a little bit later. Can Roy hold it on out around the outside? No, he can't. Can he get the cutback? Unfortunately, he can't. But it looks like Rusty's had to serve a penalty there. So it looks like maybe he's cut a corner or maybe gone a bit too wide somewhere, and it looks like he's serving penalties. It looks like other people are serving penalties. White Shark one of the standout drivers from race 1. Looks like he had a difficult start to race and now trying to make his way back through the grid. He's up to 8th. Nissan Elvis up to 7th. Angus in the BMW M4 up to 6th. Rusty down to 5th. And you've got Big Wall and Roy still going at it, coming into the slow chicane. Remember, Roy was slow out of here last time, but it looks like Big Wall's made a bigger mistake this time round and lost speed. And this is all helping Gold 45 establish his 2nd place. And Rick managed to pull away. He's got a massive gap now to 2nd. I don't think anybody can catch him at this point. It looks like everybody's got tangled up in issues and allowed Rick to get away in the Audi TT. Looking back through the field, let's see where the battles are. Looks like, and we've got Moley in the McLaren making a mistake, and it's actually spun right round. Looks like we've got two cars with issues. Ace McLeod and the Viper numpty having issues. Budsy Boy trying to make moves through the pack. Got White Shark here on board, looking up the inside of Angus. Can he get the power down? Okay, so we're on to the back straight. Where will you go? So he's going to the inside. Angus, can he hold down on the outside? Of course, he's got the slipstream and Nissan Elvis in the Ferrari just ahead. White Shark thinks better of it and ducks back into the slipstream. This battle here is going to get quite close. Looks like Roy's managed to pull away from Big Wall a little bit. We'll go back. I'm just trying to find. And Angus down the inside of Nissan Elvis. Good move. Good clean move there. And they managed to pull it up before getting to the grass. A little bit of a slide there. White Shark, can he take advantage of this? Looking to the inside. Both brake late, but not quite enough space there down the inside. But can he get the better exit? Nissan Elvis running a little bit wide there. The Lamborghini Huracan getting a good exit with its 4-wheel drive. Going down the hill to the slow chicane at the bottom of the track again. And Nissan Elvis actually cut across there and nearly took off the front end. But then makes a mistake through the chicane. And actually ends up taking out White Shark. Makes a mistake, gets it all crossed up. And actually ends up taking out White Shark, which is a bit of a shame because it looked like it was going to be a good race going on between these people. And Budsy Boy now coming back into it as he having no issues and managed to take 8th away from White Shark. So now White Shark's got to do all that work again. Looks like the closest battle up here. Hey, wait a minute. It looks like Gold 45 is maybe falling back into the clutches of Roy. And he doesn't want to be making mistakes like that. First race, we saw him make quite a few minor mistakes. And I think that cost him a lot of time dearly in the race 1. And he seems to be making a couple of mistakes again this time in the Lexus RCF. Roy, Big Wall and Angus now. Angus is actually ahead of Rusty. Maybe Rusty's made a mistake or had another penalty to serve there, but definitely making more mistakes. But it looks like second, the battle for second is really starting to close up. Big Wall trying to stick with Roy. It looks like he's just about managing that, but Roy really making headroads into Gold 45's second place. Let's actually have a look at the lap times last time round. So we've got Rick down in the 1 minute 39s, the only person down into 1 minute 39s. Gold, having issues in the last lap down up at the 144s, and Roy down at the 141s. So it's definitely closing on it each lap. Looking behind, looks like the guys behind have really started to spread out. Still got White Shark, got back past Budsy Boy, and now trying to attack Nissan Elvis again. Maybe he can try and force Nissan Elvis into a mistake again, but this time not get caught up in the same mistake. Looks like Roy trying to get the pressure on Gold 45. You can really start to see him now. What's going through the mind of Gold 45? Is he thinking, this guy's catching me 3 seconds a lap, I need to hold on here? Or does he just need to focus and get back in that groove and try and get his lap times back down to the 141s that we know he can do in that car right now? Look back through the field to see what battles are going on, and White Shark actually goes for the inside of Nissan Elvis into the final corner, manages it, but has that compromised his exit onto the final start-finish straight? A little bit, but Nissan Elvis actually goes wide. Had a chance to come back there, but maybe tried a little bit too hard and runs wide. Is he going to fall back down now into clutches of Budsy Boy? We don't know yet. Right, can Rusty start catching Angus? Let's see if we can start getting some power down. So looking back through the field, we've got Angus in the M4. Can he hold off the guys ahead? Roy now right on the bumper of Gold 45. Can he smell the slipstream as he goes down the hill? Not got many laps left now. Gold 45 will be right there for the taking on second place. In fact, let's get our HUD on display so we can see what's happening on the inputs there. In fact, yeah, it looking at the lap time chart on the right hand side, Roy actually doing his fastest lap of the race on the last lap, so you can smell that second place. He's actually flashing his lights, letting Gold 45 know he's there, letting Gold 45 know he wants to pass. I don't think he's got enough laps though to go and catch Rick up ahead in the Audi TT. I think that is a bit too far for him, but good pace through there. Can he look to the inside, flashing his lights, goes to the inside of Gold 45, Gold 45 cuts him off, but who's going to get the better exit onto the final corner? Both get pretty good exits, but Roy there's going to have a nice slipstream toe down the start finish line, but that Lexus is no slouch in a straight line. It actually puts in a good top speed down this start finish straight. Roy looking to the inside, but there's nothing giving there. Gold 45 got to focus on getting good exits, and he can hold off Roy here. While all this is happening, it looks like the guys just behind are starting to close up a little bit as well. Behind we've got Big Wall and Angus and Rusty all getting quite close for 4th, 5th and 6th. Looking to the inside, Gold 45 doing a great job of holding off Roy here. Looks like he's definitely not got the speed of Roy, but he looks like he can hold him off at this point. Down again into this tight chicane at the bottom of the track. Crucial to get a good exit here. Good exit on the way up the hill. Roy's still flashing his lights like a madman. Has he got the better exit here? Looks like he's almost getting his nose alongside. Late braking in here. Gold 45 doesn't cover the inside. Looks like he thinks he can get enough speed round this long right hand corner, and that is true. Looks like he's holding them off very well there. Actually putting a little bit of a gap. Behind we've got Big Wall in the Cayman. Now Gold, 45, if he does lose this space here, he needs to make sure he minimises the time lost, because he doesn't want to then fall off the podium completely and lose out to Big Wall in the Cayman. The gap is massive. We're coming on to the back start finish straight as a leader. Rick is actually going into the first corner. He's got a whole start finish straight lead ahead, but it looks like Roy actually making a few mistakes and actually falling back at this point. Let's catch up, and on the exit final corner it looks like Rusty manages to get past Angus in the M4. A nice pass there by Rusty into the first corner. It looks like he's completed the pass. Now we know he had to serve a penalty before, so he wants to make sure he keeps the racing clean now and doesn't serve any more penalties unnecessarily, because it looks like it's holding him up. He looks like he's got good pace, and looks like he's going to start trying to extend a gap over Angus in the M4 here. Angus can't come back in the hairpin there, and Rusty getting a good exit. So what's happened here? It looks like we've missed the pass for second place. Gold 45 now making a mistake and losing out to Big Wall. This is exactly what I said he didn't want to do. He didn't want to make that mistake later on and let Roy through and compromise himself to the point that Big Wall would also get put by. But it looks like Roy and Big Wall are past the Lexus RCF, and they take the final 2 spots on the podium. Still laps to go on this race, so it's still all up in the air, but it looks like unfortunately Gold 45 losing out. Still holding up there, he's still in the fight though, holding on to the guys ahead. Can he hold off Rusty, who's now going to be coming down bearing on him like a ton of bricks in the Corvette? And the next story, can Angus hold off White Shark? White Shark had a difficult race trying to make his way up through the field. Looks like he was making inroads and then every now and then getting caught up in issues that he didn't need to be getting caught up in. Let's have a look further back. Got Budsy Boy and Nissan Elvis both pretty close, and Moley actually catching up with those guys that are up ahead. So looks like there could be a battle here for 8th anytime soon. Doesn't look like can Big Wall catch up to Roy. Looks like he does have the pace, which maybe making a couple of mistakes there, but looks like he just keeps a good lap times up, maybe in the slipstream of Roy anytime soon. And once you're in that slipstream, you're just getting free performance. You're just getting pulled along on these long straights for free. All about the exit. It looks like they're pretty similar there. Let's check in with Rick. He's way out ahead, dipping down into the 1 minute 39s 3 times there, so really good, impressive lap times. So it looks like being able to get out of front, he's able to put in those lap times and just stretch that lead there, just stay nice and comfortable and in the groove. In fact, if we look at his lap times for the last, 7 laps, they've all been within a second, another 1 minute 39, so he's really enjoying this Audi TT at this point. And looking at the lap times, I don't think Roy's quite got the pace to be catching up to Rick. As long as Rick keeps this on the island, keeps it away from penalties, it looks like it'll be his victory. Gold 45 having a nice healthy lead over Rusty in the Corvette, so he is catching, but is there enough laps? White Shark also catching up Roy. It looks like White Shark's actually got past Angus in the M4, so did Angus make a mistake there, or did White Shark just manage to throw in some great lap times? Don't quite know because I missed it unfortunately. And it looks like Nissan Elvis has also passed Budsy Boy up into 8th. Again, I'm sorry I missed that one there. It's always quite hard to see where the action is going on, but it looks like there is a bit of action going up here. Angus trying to come back on White Shark, but unfortunately maybe pushing a bit too hard into the corner and then losing out on the exit. Down into the tight chicane at the bottom of the course. It looks like Angus gets a great exit, but that 4-wheel drive, that Huracan is pulling it way out the corners. Right, so let's have a look with what got probably less than a quarter of the race to go. Your leader is Rick in the Audi TT, followed by Rory in the Hyundai and Big Wall in the Porsche Cayman. 4th, great result so far for Gold 45, but he is being caught by Rusty pretty quickly in the Corvette. Can he hold on to the end of the race? I don't know. Next up, we've got 6th, we've got White Shark in the Huracan and Angus in the M4. Then Nissan Elvis takes up 8th, with Budsy Boy just down the road in the Huracan. And finally, you've got Morley in the McLaren 650S. So it looks like the closest battle is Rusty here and Gold 45. So Rusty dipping down into 1 minute 40s on the last lap, so he's definitely starting to catch Gold 45. Can Gold 45 hold him off? This is going to be interesting. Into this corner, Gold 45 goes defensive, but then comes back across. Doesn't see Rusty as a threat into this corner. A little bit of a bump, but it's still all okay. Rusty getting a great exit there. Gold 45 running wider exit, but it looks like he hasn't lost too much time. Does this give White Shark enough of a chance to catch up to these two guys? Gold 45 done a great race so far. It's a shame he won't be on the podium unless something happens to the guys ahead, but can he hold off? Because I think 4th would be a great result for him in this race. Rusty, where is this Corvette fast? You would assume it's going to have good power and good top speed. Looks like he's just trying to nudge up onto the RCF coming out the long right hand corner at the very top of the track. Going down through the fast S's. Little dab of the brakes, back on the power, settle the car. Gold 45 looks like he's actually opened up a bit of a gap there. So it looks like he is holding off Rusty at this point. You've got White Shark now really starting to catch up onto these two guys. Again, Gold 45 almost making a mistake there. He's very slow onto the start finish straight, sorry. doesn't want to lose out to Rusty here and White Shark. That would be a shame for him. He's on the inside. Rusty breaks that later, but goes very, very deep. Gold 45, nice exit there, but Rusty is still on the outside. He's got the inside for this next corner here. Gold 45 hanging it out round the outside and actually manages to hold off. Now this has brought the whole battle right all together. We've now got White Shark in the Hurricane looking to the outside round the hairpin. We're 3 wide going into the hairpin. White Shark tries to cut back, but there's a Corvette in the way. Looks like we're going to be tight going all the way down into the chicane at the bottom of the track. White Shark looking at the wider line, Rusty looking at all over the rear of that Lexus RCF. This is, I've just seen at the top, the final lap, and Rusty actually makes a mistake in the final part of that chicane there and drops right down. Gold 45, is he going to hold on for 4th place? Rick way out ahead. He is going to win this race if it all carries on. Can White Shark catch Gold 45 in the last couple of corners? Can Gold 45 hold off White Shark? It looks like Rusty's out of this. Made the mistake trying to pass Gold 45. Rick takes the win. We can see already taking the win there. We're going to stick with this battle because we don't want to miss it. White Shark looking all over the back. Gold 45 goes to the inside. Can he hold off? Can White Shark go all the way around the outside of this corner? He's going for it. He's going for it. Can he hold it? Gold 45 holds the inside, gets on the power. This is neck and neck. But it looks like White Shark's gonna take that 4th from Gold 45. Unlucky. And then we have Rusty coming home in 6th, followed by Angus in the M4 in 7th. Really good results for those guys ahead. This and Elvis managed to get a nice gap to Budsy Boy in the end, coming home in 8th in the Ferrari. Budsy Boy just down the road in 9th in the Hurricane, the LG sponsored Hurricane, and bringing up the back we've got Morley, started on pole, had a few mistakes. If you hadn't had those mistakes, it could have been up in 7th or 8th there, and he finishes the race there. So if you enjoyed this race, if you enjoyed the commentary, we've got race 3 and 4 coming up on the channel from the GTTCC. Those I will be taking part in, so that'll be a slightly different video, but look forward to it, seeing it on the channel. Enjoy your day.